Gotta keep going as you were.
Okay.
So the big thing about McCree's in general,
Hmm.
and actually any DPS, is you have to figure out when and where you want to actually start the fight. And the one thing I noticed throughout this entire, just this map specifically, was you wanted to brawl a lot, which is not what McCree wants to do. And
Okay.
so what I saw was just your aim is fine, your mechanics are fine. It was all mispositioning and misengagements.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then here's the no. Let's do it with yellow. Um, this is a weird comp, by the way, but this is beyond your
Oh, I know.
control.
Oh, I know.
Uh, I play ball, but I hate ball hog. It just doesn't synergize much at all. But whatever, it
Right.
is what it is. You do have a Doomfist though,
Hmm.
and you have a Mercy. Um, so your value is going to be from her, and you. All right, so actually, let's back up a little bit. McCree.
Sure.
Let's just talk McCree real quick. McCree's got 3 areas where he's most useful: range poke. Second is flanks. Flanks with an asterisk.
Okay.
And the third one is burst. This is like the 3 things he can do.
Gotcha.
Um, well, he can poke. He can go on these little flanks, quote unquote.
Right.
And he's got burst, right? He's got the stun, right click, roll, right click kind of
Hmm.
gimmick going on.
Yep.
And his lethality is from that mid to long range. Not as long as Widowmaker, obviously.
Right. Right. Right.
It's more along the lines of Hanzo. Um,
Hmm.
so that's where we want to be looking at in general.
Okay.
We don't want to brawl. So I'm gonna make these positives. We don't want to
Okay.
brawl unless the fight has gone to shit and we just need to get on point for whatever reason.
Right.
Because what brawling does is not only is he has little HP, it just ruins his range.
Right.
You can stun from a reasonable distance to get a headshot or a right click, but it's really the stun right click is more of a defense mechanism than anything. It's to get people out of your way, and
Okay.
it's more along the lines for these little flanks. Okay.
Gotcha.
Now, because of this and his effective range, this makes McCree really good at poke. Assuming there's not like double barriers to throw you off, and there's not. He's good
Hmm.
at poke. He's good at assassinating low health targets. Sorry, it's gonna be
Oh, that's
really
perfect.
weird.
I love it.
He's
You can write ass if you wanted to.
yeah, he's ass. He can kill low health targets.
Yes.
Um, and he can peel, which is something that makes him a little different than the other DPS players.
Hmm.
They can all technically do it. He can
Right.
actually do it. He can be a bodyguard to support because he's so damn slow.
Right.
So if like the enemy Hanzo or the enemy ball is really giving your supports, let's clear this up a little bit. If one of these guys is really giving your support some trouble,
Hmm.
you could sort of mitigate that. You're the
Yep.
you're the middle guy for
Yeah. Right.
that. What I noticed in this map specifically is I don't think you did any of those things. You did parts of those things, which is which just it just leads to an ineffective McCree.
Right. Right.
Because you're not playing him to you're not min maxing him. You're not getting the most value out of what he can actually be doing,
Okay.
especially on a King of the Hill map. I mean, I don't have stab banana open, but nowhere to go.
That's
um,
right. There's no. Yeah.
you got this side route, you got this side route. You can maybe get this high ground once in a while, and then it's mirrored, and that's it. And you got the main fight.
Right.
That's it. That's all you got.
Got it. By the way, you can also like totally go super hypercritical and also pretend I have no idea what I'm doing because I can pretend I don't.
No, that
Just by the way, in
this is
case
how I
you're like,
usually. No.
great,
This
cool,
is how I talk to people. I don't need to be
awesome, great,
toxic.
wonderful, wonderful. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no roast needed. All right, so this is appropriate McCree play.
Okay,
Um,
sweet.
this little thing, 10 second loop. I said flanks, right? With an asterisk.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
What like plat McCrees will do, low rank McCrees, no offense, they'll go on like mile-long flanks
I used to do that 100%.
to
Yep.
get
I
like
know
a
what you're
stun
talking about.
combo or whatever, you know.
Yeah. Surprise.
Even though they are literally the slowest, loudest hero in the game, they still go on these crazy long flanks. Um,
Mhm.
an appropriate flank is like 20 meters tops for McCree.
Gotcha.
It's a mini
Yeah.
flank always.
The other day, Team 2 was talking to me about how it's just an off angle from where your team is fighting, not an actual flank on
That's
the
all
90
it
degree
is.
angle to the team. Yeah,
That's
okay.
all it is.
Got it.
So if we look at this little 10-second loop starting from here, this
Yeah.
is appropriate. This right here. Take the off
Gotcha.
angle. Right? Now you're at an off angle. Stun, one hit, and then you kill the support low health targets. So we did what I wrote earlier, right?
Right,
We
right.
take a flank, we hit a stun, and we assassinated 2 low health targets. That's
Mhm.
it. That's McCree. That's the gameplay loop in a nutshell.
Got it. 10 seconds of gold. Got it.
Yeah, 10 seconds of gold. That's the McCree loop. You did it. You just did it. Yay.
Yay.
Now get out.
McCree.
Now
Okay.
get out and find a new spot.
Oops.
You know what I'm saying? Now you have to
Yeah,
now you have to
absolutely.
reposition because again, you have no mobility and you're slow and you're loud. So part of playing McCree, and ignore my puppies yipping in the background.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
But part of playing McCree is after the engagement is over and after you've capped point, you have to. This is what McCree has to do that many other DPS don't have to do. He has to think a play ahead. Not many other DPS have to do this. Maybe Doomfist does, but he's got to think a play ahead because he has no mobility.
Right.
He has to
So
quite literally, I'm sorry, pick his spots.
Mhm. Is that because we're thinking the enemy will expect me over here now, so I should reposition and catch him off guard again? Is that just the idea? Just to not be predictable?
Right. Assume they say, okay, we know he's going to be camping in here. They'll kill you instantly because you can't get out.
Right,
You know, if you were Genji in the same exact spot, you could camp here for the next fight and then just dash out and pick a new spot.
Gotcha. Okay.
The way that McCree exerts space control as a DPS is so much differently than any other DPS because he has no way to get out. And he doesn't have enough burst, again, quote unquote burst, to like kill a room full of people. If you were Doomfist and they and they ambush you in this room, you'd be like, all right, you guys are stuck in here with me, yeah. You know, or Reaper even, you're like, you guys are stuck in here with me, you know.
Right. Exactly. I agree.
But a McCree is like, no, that's a feed, full on feed.
Mhm.
So the
Okay.
fight's over, you're done. You're done. Clean this up and then go. And you actually make a mistake here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, probably.
Roll.
Yeah, I was waiting for it to come off the cooldown. I think I just barely missed that. I was not paying close enough attention.
That's totally fine.
Yeah. Question there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I often lose my sense of awareness. So we got those 2 kills on that flank, and then something happened on point, I guess, that I was not even closely aware of.
You never
And so
pressed
it's like,
tab right after you killed those enemies.
Gotcha.
So you had no idea who was where, who had the
Uh-huh.
spawn advantage, nothing. You
Okay.
didn't look at the kill feed, or we didn't
Yes.
analyze it, right? Or
Right,
or
okay.
the kill feed, because all
Okay.
the information is in the tab in the kill feed.
Gotcha.
Who's got the numbers advantage? Who killed whom? Which is very
Mhm.
important to know, and where that
Okay.
kill happened, and who died on your team and where that kill happened. Because now you know where the aggro's coming from. So looking back at this,
Perfect. Okay.
looking back at this, I'd even think your spot is to stay where you were, right? You're down.
Oh, yeah.
You're down
So
your
we
mercy.
have- Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah.
Here, let me go
Uh.
yellow. You're down your mercy and you're down your hog. Stay here.
Hide and hope they don't find you.
Uh-huh.
Got it. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Should have played this health pack.
Ball had no problem getting out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
You took it. I would have just stood right here.
Okay.
And then if that Lucio chases you, then you have your cooldowns ready to go.
Damn. So smart. Okay. Cool.
And then here's the thing: assuming your team
Mhm.
wins this fight, you can reposition when they re-engage over here. No one's gonna know you're here.
Mhm.
They're down a
Main heal. Yeah.
exactly.
Gotcha.
Or-
Gotcha.
You could wait till they re-engage on. Let me just draw it on here.
Sure.
You could wait till they re-engage here and then just take the flank route, the mini flank, right?
Now, wouldn't that be a super hard flank going on their opposite side from their spawn side?
No, because it's from this purple X to this yellow X.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Just playing that outside sort of area,
Yeah.
not exactly walking up behind them. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
Play
yeah,
from the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going from spawn all the
No,
way around. You're
that's
going
fine.
from here. You're doing a mini. You're doing the McCree flank.
Perfect. I gotcha.
Because
Okay.
it's click, and then you just take this mini over
Run
here,
away.
or you
Yep.
roll back to the front of your team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you follow like pro sports at all?
Follow? No, I wouldn't say that. I watch them sometimes.
Okay, so there's this thing that
yeah.
that's fine. There's this thing in sports called a heat map, and it's like
Okay.
it's just like a picture of the field or the court or whatever, and then a player has an individual heat map, and the more red it is where they spent the most amount of time on that field or surface,
Makes perfect sense now.
right?
Like,
I always try to think of Overwatch players as, I like to track your heat map.
yeah, I gotcha.
So I'm like, where have you spent the most amount of time? And is it appropriate for your character to be spending that much amount of time?
That's a smart way to analyze. Heck yeah.
So like, Doomfist and Balls heat map is gonna be whole red because they're just everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Got it.
A Baptiste map is gonna be a little more red in the back. He's not gonna. It's gonna be green on the point because he's not gonna be there too much.
Yep.
So that's how you want to think about it. Right now,
Okay.
your heat map so far, if this is the point, has been like here.
Mhm.
Or actually for the rest of the video, it's like here, which is where it doesn't
Right.
want to be. So
Right,
think
the
about that.
brawling.
Yeah, you want to think about
Okay,
that as your
yeah.
heat map. Yeah. All right. Perfect. All right. So reset. They still haven't capped, or they did cap.
Yeah.
Or we never capped. I'm sorry. Leads in with coalescence. Beat is off. So you have choices now. Again, tab, kill feed. This is all intel you need to be
Yes.
gathering. 2 ults have just been
Right,
popped.
okay.
This is an appropriate flank to take. So let's see what happens.